Hey, and welcome back to Stars and Stripes, episode 3. As always, I'm your host, Maverick. You can find me at Pod My Take One,
One of
and I
these
will be
days we'll get that
hosting
down.
with I'll be hosting with one of my best friends in the world. I'll let him introduce himself.
Best friends in the whole world. I'm
Yeah,
Cyrus, and you can find me at nope, there, nope, oh, nope,
one
oh.
day. No, you're going the wrong way.
Here we go. Bob and our stars.
He just memorized that it's this way.
Which
Yeah,
I don't even know
today
which way I just did that. Whatever.
it's I think to your left.
That's about right. Okay, then I point to the left.
And we are back to talk about all things USFL and anything in general. So, do you want to start us off, Cyrus?
Yeah. Well, we should probably address our two truths and a lie.
Ah,
Um, can't leave the people hanging.
yeah, absolutely.
You want to go first, or should I go?
I'll go first because I think mine were a little less high stakes than yours were.
Yeah, all of
Yours
mine
were-
either were outlandish. I mean, they're all outlandish, I guess, but they all have a crazy story. So
Yeah. So, my two truths and a lie, where I spent a night in jail. I almost saw somebody die at a circus, and I hold the record for holding the longest Tebow position, which if you don't know what that is, definitely go look that up. Worth a look up. So the lie was actually that I hold the record for holding the Tebow position. I don't know that I've ever Tebowed in my life, actually.
I don't think I've ever. I don't even know. So is it like this one, or is
Yeah,
this
it's
one
that
else?
one. It's that one. So you just did it. Congratulations.
What is the longest?
I don't know. I couldn't
Is that
find it.
even a record?
That's
Oh,
why I picked it, is because you
you
cannot
couldn't
find.
you couldn't verify who
No,
had it.
there's no way to find out who actually holds that record. I mean, in my 15 minutes of research, I couldn't find it.
We should hold a Tebow position holding contest.
I'm in.
Viewers have to
I-
send in their videos of them
Yeah,
doing the
find out.
Tebow position with a timer right next to them.
Yeah, once and for all, who's the best? And
Yeah.
so the story behind my other two, the first one, I did spend a night in jail. I wasn't actually the person in jail. I was in the waiting room trying to bail out one of my friends in South Padre over spring break, probably
Oh, you sneaky.
in 2018, probably. So that was a good time. And then almost watching somebody die at a circus was actually with Cyrus. We went to a water
was
circus
nuts.
in Houston. Yeah. And there was, I don't even know what to call it, like a hamster wheel.
It was like I don't even know, like a pen. What is like a? I don't even know what to call it. It was just like a rotating like plank,
Yeah.
and then each side were two like circles.
Yeah. And the guy was trying to walk across it and he fell and luckily caught himself.
Dude, he
Otherwise,
barely caught himself.
yeah,
I gasped. I thought it was over
everyone
for him.
did.
He
Yeah.
barely caught it.
It definitely stopped the show right there in its tracks. So
How is there just a circus in the middle of a mall parking lot? How does
I
it
don't,
happen?
I think it happens every year. I don't know.
And this, well, I guess
I
that makes sense.
That's the only time I've ever been to a circus. That's the only time I've ever seen a circus.
Yeah, but it's just in a random mall. Like I don't even know. It's got to happen more than just once.
Yeah, no, they were doing some dangerous stuff.
That was crazy.
All
I
right,
wonder
let's
if
hear it.
anyone's gonna guess mine.
I don't think anyone will. I almost guarantee it.
So mine were I almost froze to death on a way during a Canada trip. I almost died in a drug deal in Belize, and I got stabbed in a bar fight. And the lie, um, oddly enough, was I haven't been stabbed in a bar fight. I don't know. I don't know which one of those is the most ridiculous. Probably the bar fight stabbing one.
No, I think definitely a Belize drug deal.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't really look like I'd be doing drug deals in Belize. I just look like I do accounting for a living.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, let's hear the story, but it really wasn't your fault.
well, I kind of was. I don't even know. I don't know how much I can say. Don't judge me too harshly, fans. So me and Ace were actually in Belize, and we're just hanging out on the beach. Typical spring break trip. We went on a cruise. We stopped by. We're having a couple. We got like a big bucket of Dos Equis, and we were just hammering them. I don't even know. I was probably 4 or 5 beers deep at this point. And Ace gets up and he walks over to the bar, and he's gone for like a super long time. I'm like, what's going on? So I get up and I walk over, and he's taking tequila shots with some random guy from Oklahoma. He's like, you got to start taking shots with this guy. So I was like, oh, okay, sure. Why not? I'll take some tequila shots. I'm already drinking. So, take a couple tequila shots. My friends, including Ace, go back to the table. I'm still up at the bar. And the guy just goes, I'm going to go around this corner and get some Coke. Do you want to come? And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. I don't want to do that. And so he walks away, and then and he goes around this corner, and I go back to the table, and there was a girl there that I don't know if I was trying to impress her or if I was just trying to be cool to the people at the table, but she was like, I would have gone. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to go. And so I left. I went after I already said no. And I turned the corner, and it was an alleyway. There was no doors. There was no exits. There was nobody in the alleyway except for this random guy at the very end. And it wasn't the initial guy from Oklahoma. It was just some like older looking fellow. And he's like, you want to get in here? And he points to a wall. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you want to get in here? I was like, I guess so. And he does this secret knock. I don't even know. It's just like this random knock. And the wall slides open. And there's just this dude doing, unsavory drugs. And I just walk inside. The wall closes behind me. So I'm like, there's no way out. Like, I don't even know how this wall door works. And so I'm just stuck inside. There's cigars. There's all sorts of like drugs just on the walls. And there's a guy and the previous Oklahoma guy just doing lines on the table. And everything's really overpriced. So I tried to leave. And I'm like, I'm going to go get the rest of my money because he wouldn't let me go. So I was like, I'm going to go get the rest of my money and then I'll come back. Thinking, oh, he's going to open the door. I'm going to get out and then I don't have to come back. He'll never find me. So he opens the door. I go. I'm sitting down. I think I've escaped, right? I'm just hanging out on the beach, enjoying a nice beach day. He finds me, dude. He's like, you got that money, right? He's like, you're going to come with me. And I was like, no, I think I'm good. And he's like, no, you're going to come with me. And Connor's like has to be like 100 yards into the ocean. And I'm like, there's no way he's going to get to me in time. I just have to go. And the girl that we were with was like, where are you going? And I literally looked at her and I was like, I don't know, probably to die. And and I just started walking away with this guy and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't know if I have to buy drugs. Am I about to buy cocaine off this random guy? And he takes me into the room again. It's locked. I can't get out. I'm trying to like barter with this guy because I don't want to spend $40 on a cigar. He just goes, I'm tired of playing your American games. It was a little English, but he was not English. And I'm like, dude, all right, here's, how much for these cigars? He's like, $40. I was like, all right, I'll take them. And so I took them and I was like, are we good? Like, can I just go? And he's like, fine. And he the door slides back open. And as I'm exiting, Ace is standing on the other side of the door. I'm like, really? This is when you show up? You're going to show up any earlier? And then I think he might have went in or maybe he didn't. But then I went back and I smoked my cigar and had a panic attack on the beach.
And just to be clear, this was the same spring break that I spent the night in jail. It could have been the same time.
That would have been wild. You're right.
It could have easily been at the exact same time that we were. And just to clear up my story, what happened was one of my friends that I went with, he had a little too much to drink, and he was open carrying a bottle of alcohol through a hotel in South Padre that we weren't staying at, which is a big no-no. And then he was flipping off cops.
No, he wasn't.
So naturally they picked him up and they took him back to the police station.
He was flipping off cops. What do you think is going to happen?
I know. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I'm sure he was recording himself thinking he was cool. I don't know.
That's tough. I don't know if I've ever had the inclination of I mean, I've been pretty messed up.
Yeah, no.
Vis-a-vis the other story we just talked about. But Like I've never been like really drunk, and I'm like, I'm gonna flip off these cops.
No.
I'd be too nervous. I'd be like, I'm gonna go to jail.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we should probably move into at least some USFL news. So if you didn't see it, check it out on Discord. Join the official USFL Discord.
Oh, look at you with the links.
Yeah, we just had a awesome interview with Reggie Corbin, one of my favorite players, maybe ever. Any sports team ever. I love Reggie Corbin. Such a great guy. I won't ruin anything. Go watch the interview. It is spectacular. What a great character he is.
It's exciting.
And in other news, we found out about the draft. Do you want to take that away, Cyrus?
Yeah, we did. So, the draft is actually happening. It was in March of 2023, right before the second USFL season starts, which, it's pretty far out there. I didn't think it was going to happen right before the season.
Yeah.
When does the season actually start? I can't remember when it started. This.
I
April.
But what about the free agents?
Yeah. So what is it?
The Panthers have been signing players.
Like all of the players who could be drafted are listed as free agents and can be signed at any time between now and the draft.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's cool. It's a weird way of doing it, but so does that mean any player can just get signed to any team if they make him an offer?
Yeah, as long as they sign the contract. The Panthers have already signed like 5 guys, so basically,
it makes sense. Imagine having to build your team like get players right before your season starts. You're like,
yeah, and then that's what happened in season 1, so it's possible.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but and funner. In more fun news, KaVontae Turpin just had his Madden Ultimate Team card come out, and it is very disappointing. Cool. It's cool, but he's only 88 speed.
I was going to say, what is his stats?
Yeah, he's only an 88 speed. So, I mean, he returned a punt and a kickoff for a touchdown this offseason. So you'd think it would be higher, but it's not.
I'm not about to get into the physics and the programming of Madden, but how do they do they gauge their player values off of how they perform over the season?
Not really. In Madden, I feel like
they just make it up. I've never really known how they did that.
The ratings are based on the previous season, I want to say.
Yeah.
And mixed with the expectations for the coming season, because the Madden comes out before the season starts. Yeah, that makes sense. And then I think Ultimate Team updates, but as for the rosters, I mean, maybe they send out updates. I haven't played Madden.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just never knew how they gave the overall stats.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But I think he's a 90 overall, so
that's not bad. Not for Madden Ultimate Team. I'll pick him up.
No, I actually drafted him onto my fantasy football team. Well, I didn't draft him, actually. Disclaimer, I drafted Brian Robinson, moved him to my IR after he was in a shooting, and picked up KaVontae Turpin. So I'm hoping. I saw somebody in Discord said that they drafted him in the 2nd round. So, yeah.
That's some faith.
That's wow.
That's a ride or die. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's good to have fans like that out there.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love the USFL. And check us out on TikTok. We've been since our last episode, we have started a TikTok. We've been posting TikToks. So keep up with us on TikTok.
Yeah, we post clips from the show. We post just different TikToks that we come up with throughout the week. We're at Star. You just search Stars and Stripes. I think will pop up. You'll see us.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter's also a good place. Definitely follow the official USFL Discord. All of our content gets posted in there. It's a good way to get involved with the USFL community. You can talk, about the teams, anything you want. There's different subgroups. It's a really fun and interactive way to get involved.
Oh, yeah.
You want to pop that link back up on that screen.
And then we've got to talk about player and team NFTs. Really cool they're almost like player cards. They're not that expensive. You get the only version of it that you buy. No one else can own it. You get that number. So say I bought the 4th Reggie Corbin. I have number 4. No one else can have number 4 of Reggie Corbin. You can trade just like playing cards. Very cool. You can find them at this website. Or if you
Yeah, there's
just
only a
look up,
finite amount of them. You get a lot of exclusive deals. You get an exclusive Discord invite where you get access to exclusive interviews from players, team info, what have you. There's different giveaways that come through that.
Mhm.
Also, there's really cool. I've talked about it before. I think it's a really cool way of getting NFTs involved in sports. I feel like when NFTs first came out, people were like, what's crypto? What's NFTs? And like, I don't really have a full grasp of what it is, but
Mhm.
from what I understand an NFT is, I feel like, those kind of trading card-esque things that you'd used to get physical copies over when you were younger. It's a great way to bring it into the age of computers and technology. And it's
Right.
dynamic, which is what I love about it. It's not just like a
Yeah.
stagnant picture. It's like a really dynamic thing. It moves. It's fun to look at, and it's yours for a very reasonable price.
Yeah. And they also, I mean, the value changes. So it's almost like an investment as well. If you purchase a good player and all of a sudden, like Kavante Turpin returns 2 touchdowns, the value of his card goes up. So
Yeah, and
very
you
cool.
never know if they make it big, what have you. You'll still have that for as long as you can. And then you never know where they're going to end up within their career, and maybe years down the line, you're like, oh wow, I can't believe I have this player card. You never know what the value of it is going to be down the line, so it definitely is an
Mhm.
investment.
All right,
Anyway,
Cyrus. Do you want to tell
yeah.
them what our outro is today?
So this week for our outro, we're gonna do a would you rather. We each have one. We're each gonna answer both of them in next week's episode. So stay tuned. Check out TikTok. Leave your comments for what you think you'd do, what we would do, and also hop on over to that USFL Discord and let us know there. So mine is: would you rather perform surgery or fly a commercial flight with zero training? You're just thrown right into it. You have to
That
do one of them.
that's a tough one.
That is a really tough one. I don't know what I would do.
I'd have to think about it. We're gonna wait until next episode to answer?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Give him a little cliffhanger.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So mine is gonna be: would you rather be in a rom-com, stuck for the rest of your life in a rom-com with
Oh
all
no.
people you hate? Everyone you can possibly think of that you hate the most, or in a horror movie with all your loved ones for the
Oh,
rest
that's
of
an
your life?
easy. That's easy.
All right.
That's
Let's
easy.
see. I don't think it's that easy.
What? No, yeah, it is. It is. Come on.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah.
But for
We can get
now,
into the nuance of the different things, and I think it's easy.
okay, all right.
Anyway, are you ready to give it another shot? I don't know. We were fumbling this outro last week.
Yeah,
We tried to both say it at the same time.
yeah, I'm in. Are you ready?
I don't know if there's a delay. Is the thing.
That could be what it is.
We could try it. Let's just try it
All
out.
right.
We'll get it done.
Well,
You want to
I'm
count it down?
Maverick,
Oh, and I'm Cyrus.
and this has been episode 3 of
Stars and Stripes. I didn't
We-
realize you were going to say everything. I didn't realize.
Are we gonna do the whole thing together?
Yeah, and this has been episode 3 of Stars and Stripes.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we did
Okay.
last week, and we were all over the place.
Yeah,
It's too late.
No, you're right. Okay, we'll try again next episode.
Okay.
Thank you for
We should do
listening.
the intro the same next week.
I'm in.
All right, viewers, tune in next week and get ready